Hello, everyone, and welcome to Fabulous Tuesday, the sequel. This is a 2 for Tuesday with the streams.
Yeah, we recorded one earlier, banned and restricted. And for whatever reason, the audio's off for I think about 20 seconds on these streams. How that happens at the beginning and then gets normal terrifies me.
If you're out there and you're an audio expert and you know why that's the case.
It's happening in OBS, and now look, it's normal. You see how we're back in?
I do, yeah.
Isn't that, dude,
right there with it.
That should not happen. I don't know what that is, and it scares me. But we're here, we're back talking about the dark horses, building dark horses in general and the thinking behind it. Now, reassert kind of what this theory is. So there's two ways to think about a dark horse. One is a deck that secretly wrecks the meta game as a whole that nobody knows about, and then you bring it to a tournament and you win the whole thing, and it's, oh my gosh. That happened with Matt Rogers with Dash Pistols, I think was that. Sasha early on did that with a Katsu Ninja Turtle style deck with all of the defense reactions. Usually it's playing with a big extreme that nobody saw coming. You're playing a hero in a perpendicular direction to what was expected. But that's not really what we're doing here. The second kind of dark horse is just kind of simply something that has a decent shot that isn't expected to have a decent shot. This is not going to come in and be like, oh, we found the answer to Starvo, we're going to hold it secretly, and then we're going to take over the pro.
That would technically be a dark horse, right?
That would be wonderful. Sometimes that happens. 1% of the time that happens.
And when it does, man.
70 to 80% of the time, you're just losing constantly. But that's fine. That can be fun too. You kind of learn what's working, what isn't, and then by the end of it, you actually a lot of times end up with a deck that works pretty well, is unexpected. People don't have a lot of practice against it, and then you can have fun with it.
Would you describe a dark horse as something that is just fundamentally better than people expect it to be?
Yeah, absolutely.
So if a tier 3 deck is actually tier 2, or a tier 2 is tier 1.5.
Well, it's you see Levia across the other, oh, this, and then suddenly it's whoa, this is actually doing good work.
And sometimes because people are so unexpected of it, I played against a couple of Lexis in Indy, and I didn't really have reps into Lexi.
Yeah.
So I felt very fortunate to actually win both those games, but they were
closer than you'd like.
When it's you're a ranger, I should be winning this game.
Yeah. You take things for granted.
Yeah. And
you can't take things for granted in Fab.
No.
The numbers are too tight. Even when they're wrong, they are tight.
The other thing I really like about Fab is...
We're not going to Dallas.
Yeah.
Somebody keeps asking that. We're not going to Dallas.
The other thing I really appreciate about Fab is the skills you gain with the hero stick. So if you have a tier 3 deck, you can actually make a tier 2 deck. Mm-hmm. And right now you're going to armories.
Speaking my language.
You're 50-50, or you're under 500, or you're never quite winning, or you're whatever. There probably will come a time when that deck is actually better and you're way ahead of the curve. There was a long time where people thought Visceray, especially aggro Visceray, was bad. Mm-hmm. Strictly. Back in Vegas when I was playing it. Which is not as good as Chain, right? But I feel like those are paying dividends now that Vis is actually pretty good. Yeah. Because I'm essentially just playing an easier version of the deck I was playing a year ago. There's just more tools that he has to make his turns work. Mm-hmm. So same with any dark horse. It's I like that in this game you can be rewarded for that loyalty.
Yeah, and you know what else is cool about a dark horse style deck is it's super fun. You might win 1 out of every 5 games. Let's say against even, let's say you come in and you beat your best Starvo player once at a local event. Out of 5 events, you beat that Starvo player once. That game is worth it. The whole thing, it's so fun.
For some people, that game is worth it.
In that moment where you're and that player is how did this, they're like, how did this happen? And you're like, oh, welcome to Levia, man. Or something like that. You say something really cool and you put on your motorcycle helmet and walk out the door or something. That's what these decks are about.
Yeah, put on the motorcycle helmet to get into your Dodge Neon.
That's right.
Not the motor. You don't have the motorcycle yet, but the helmet.
Call me later. I'll be deck building.
Yeah.
So let's dive into some theory. Good dark horses start with a good amount of theory that can be stretched to credulity, which is to be credible. This is the
we have
theory
to get a dictionary for this stream
of where I am on Brute, at least right now. Here's where the brain works. Rhinar is useless right now.
Yeah, someone in the chat was saying no one blocks these days, so what's the use of Intimidate?
That's why. Yeah, that's why. And now in Blitz, it had you got tons of potential because Intimidate means you win the game on turn 0, etc.
Playing Rhinar means you get Rhinar's ability. Mm-hmm. means you get Alpha Rampage.
Right, which is a 3 card for 9.
More Intimidate, right?
It's not awesome.
And then
it is awesome, but not
what's his other specialization?
Awesome. Sand Sketch Plan, which is not bad. Draw a card, discard a card if it's a 6 tutor for any card that you want.
So really, by playing not Rhinar, if you're playing any Brute, if there are others, you gain access to other cards. And
so let me fill in the gap on that thesis for you. The only reason to play Levia instead of Rhinar is because you have access to shadow cards. It's the only reason. Levia's ability
and
doesn't
shadow
matter.
Brute cards, right?
Yeah, and shadow Brute cards. Soul Harvest, which is her specialty, is just a blue 6. There's nothing else going on. You're never going to play that card. You get access, though, to some of the best shadow cards. You're not going to be playing if I have 6 in my Blood Debt zone, I summon the Demon, Blasmo Man. That's not going to happen because we've learned over the course of this game, and especially in a meta where you're going to have to block a bunch or you're going to lose a lot of cards because Starvo just hit you with an Okanold, you having the secondary loss condition of if I don't do a banish attack and hit a 6 in my discard pile, I'm losing a second way. It's too much right now. You can't do that. You're not the dominant deck. You can't just play 4 and 5 card hands all day. So you are not going to be doing that with Levia. Now you want to do that with Levia. I want to do that with Levia. I want to play Hexagore. I want to do the whole dark spirit thing. Your payoff is just not strong enough right now to do that, in my humble opinion. But what you do have in Levia is an answer to can mid-range exist right now? This is my answer, at least. Here's what you get. So going into Shadow, you get a very important, previously unimportant card called Guardian of the Shadow Realm, a 2 for 6 defense reaction. This puts you on par with Warrior, so now you can run a 2 for 6, and you can run Unmovables at red, as long as you have enough blues. You now have 6 reactions that are going to stop both Okanold and Crippling Crush with the help of your 2 block armors.
And that's a reaction you can keep getting back.
Exactly.
That's actually pretty crazy.
You got to banish it, and then you got to scabs, and then you've got to get it back because it's an action that doesn't have go again, and you got to pay 2 for it. And for some reason, everything is hard in Levia, but you can technically get it back if you have the money and the actions to do that. Secondarily, you gain access to Carrion Husk. Now, I don't know if I think it's right, but I don't know if it's right. In the long game against Starvo, this would need a lot of testing. If after you use the Husk, do they go into control defense mode? Can you crack them as you're ticking down 1/1/1 every turn? They have, let's say, 10 turns to block you out before you kill yourself to Blood Debt. Not certain.
Well, you only kill yourself if you don't trigger Levia.
If the time, yeah, correct. But this deck is not really looking to trigger Levia because we're not looking to banish 6s because we're not looking to have Blood Debt. Yeah. Because all the 6s that banish also give you Blood Debt when they banish themselves, and on it goes. So that would need testing, but I think we're going to test it today. What does Husk into Starvo look like? That's a free 6 block. Obviously, we can understand why that's going to be good in that matchup. Here's what you get on the other side of that, though. You get the ability to race the Ruin Blades. Theoretically.
We talked last time when you were building Dory, right? It's like you have to be able to handle Starvo in the current meta. You also need an answer for Prism.
That's right.
And you also have to be able to deal with the Ruin Blades.
That's right. And so we're taking Prism for granted right now, even though we know that there are Prism decks that are going to be tuned enough to
claws and
beat.
Scabskins, dude. You just roll high and
we'll just roll high and we'll get it. But we get Dread Scream and we get Shadow Puppetry. These are 2 tools that Reiner does not have.
Yeah.
This enables a racing strategy on top of Scabs where you can just YOLO your 4 and 5 card hands into this and maybe come out on top.
And things like Dread are really nice because you can Dread and then roll the boots.
Yeah.
And if your turn's over, at least you did something.
You got something done. That's right. Then we look at Boneyard Marauder. This is a particular favorite of mine. It's a 1 for 6. That's always going to raise some eyebrows. But when you start looking at Tunic in Brute, Tunic and Brute is where everything unlocks because they really want to play 4 cost hands and 6 card hands, or 6 cost hands. That's all 2s, right? So you've got 2 cost attacks, you've got 2 cost weapon swings, and you've got 2 costs on like pummels. And then most everything else that's supporting that strategy is 0. So where Brute really excels is either 1 pitch, which generates 4 resources off the Tunic. So you can do a 2 cost attack and a 2 cost weapon swing, or a 2 cost pummel. Or 2 blues pitched, generate 6, do 3 2-cost things. So now we're attack with Dread Screamer, attack with Dread Screamer, attack with Club.
Yeah,
that's a notable kind of thing to do. So all of those things taken together give you the ability to hopefully, and this is the Dark Horse theory, right? Hopefully be able to race against the heavy aggro decks right now with a light bit of disruption from pummels, and against the Starvos in the control matches. Against Starvo specifically, you've got the defense reactions, and I'm bringing in Bonehead Barrier because I can't stay away from it. And then in the control matches, you've got Barraging Beatdown, you've got your standard Intimidate package, you've got your Pack Hunts, you've got your Smash Instincts, and that's going to allow you to intimidate 3 to 4 at the end game and land 14, 15 damage, what they can't do anything about. So all of those things are very relevant in you being able to play against the whole thing. You've also got Arg Smash against Dash if Dash gets big. And then, of course, you got Blood Rush Bellow, the classic card.
I was going to say, that's like the card.
Yeah.
When you go Brute, that's the first thing I think of, right?
But then it's great in the race scenario, and even in the control scenario, it can be a really nice... Blood Rush off Tunic is really weird. Yeah. Like, I've been playing that a long... Like, the old Rhinar deck. I have an old Rhinar Club Brute, right? Yeah. It's the old Club Brute deck. I love Club Brute. This is essentially just updated Club Brute for Levia. Like, Blood Rush off Tunic is interesting because it's like Blood Rush and a 6 attack in hand. And you can Tunic the Blood Rush, discard the 6, draw 2 fresh cards, and just swing the club for 7. Yeah. And then, like, Arsenal or something.
Off of 1 card.
Or, yeah, or like Barraging, swing the club. It's like, well, that's cool. So it's not necessarily a blowout card in certain matchups, and then in some matchups it's going to be an important part of your racing strategy.
You can imagine, if you have Tunic with that in Arsenal, it's like a one card hand turns into a lot.
Yeah, it can be.
You fix something.
Let's actually look at it. Yeah. Essentially, what's going on here. So I've got it separated out here. These are kind of the red shadow cards that I'm gaining by going Levia. Boneyard, I'm thinking you bring in the non-race matchups. So whenever you're having to do a lot more blocking, you can Tunic 1 for 6, and that's a really good 1-card hand. Dread and Shadow Puppetry, these guys are going to come in. It could be 2 Shadow Puppetry. I don't know that I want to run all 3. We'll tweak that up as we go. But like in the early stages of deck building, don't even worry about your 80 cards. Just get things on the table and then start pulling and testing. So these 2 things are going to come in on the racing strategy. Dread might always be in. Dread might be in over Boner Marauder every time as a secondary pummel target. Yeah. We don't know. Guardian of the Shadow Realm is coming in only for Starvo and like Azalea and the big React package. Swing Big, best new Brute card that we've gotten in a long time. It's a 2 for 8. It doesn't matter if they get a Quicken Token, if they're blocking with 2 to 3 cards out of their hand. We don't care. And it enables the pummel. Swing Big pummel is a very good play. 2 for 8's above rate. We love it. It blocks for 3, not 0. 3, not 0. Legend Story Studios. It's not blocking for 0, and that's why we're playing it. 3, it's not blocking for 0.
3 is infinitely bigger than 0.
Yeah. I swear, all these, you see the card, you read it, and you're like, that's pretty good. And then you look at the defense value, and it's blank. Why?
You get excited by the card text?
The rest of the decks in the field.
So, a way around that is on like a deck builder. You set the defense value to 3 or greater.
That's where this deck came from.
Yeah, and then it's like, don't even look at the other cards.
But it's like, Starvo's disadvantage has to run those 2 blocks. It's like, do you even... 0. Anyway, Command and Conquer, I don't know why we're running it, but people seem to like it a lot. Then in our kind of second tier of cards, we've got Smash Instinct and Pack Hunt. So what these cards are is they're Inborn Intimidate. I don't have to discard cards for it. So I'm looking for these for mid to late game plays where I'm going to do Barraging Beatdown, Pack Hunt. 3 Intimidates. I'm going to come in with like 6 to 6 damage, so probably 12 to 13 damage.
And that's going to... 1 card in hand.
Yes, and they have 1 card in hand. So that should get you into the lethal category. It's also a way to finish a game. That's why we're running so many Barraging Beatdown. So these are my like fine cards to just play off of a 2-card hand. Also looking to use these at the end of the game to actually close something out. Beast Within, always good. It's great off your Blood Rush Bellows. It's also really good against like Crippling Crush because like you discard it and then you get to start tossing things in and try to find a 6 attack. It could also kill you.
I mean, statistically, that's very unlikely.
Welcome to Brute. Most of the time, it's just swinging the club for 4. Blood Rush Bellow. Bonehead Barrier comes in because I want to test it against Starvo. Like, there's so many games against Starvo where like you're losing these cards anyway. Would you rather pitch 1,
totally,
play a Bonehead Barrier, maybe block 6, Maybe you pitch a blue, play guard into the Shadow Realm, use your remaining one for a Bonehead Bearer. Maybe that covers the whole thing up. Maybe it covers the hammer and the attack up. Those things are possible. So I like Bonehead Bearer here. Also, Bonehead off of the Tunic gives you an out. Again, it's not a phenomenal card. It's a brute card. So we're just going to test it into Starvo, and we're going to have to high roll some things to win these matchups, which I'm fine with. Then we got Pummels. Pummel's going to come into play, as always, for Brute off of the Tunic counter. You're typically going to pitch a blue, play a 2-cost attack, and then play a Pummel off your Tunic. So that's a beautiful 10-card, discarded card from
Do you
your
play a
hand
Pummel
turn.
when you're on Husk?
Yeah, probably. I don't know when I don't play Pummel. You probably still play it, because you probably still set up turns like double blue pitch, Dread Screamer, Pummel, Club. Like, that's a good turn anyway. So, like, I don't know. We'll have to figure it out, right? I've not played it extensively into all these different metagames. Barraging Beatdown, we're running all of them because this is the perfect scaling card. This card scales better than anything in the game.
What's that mean?
Scaling.
We don't pop for the word scaling?
We don't, but we could, or we should. This is a card that blocks first, and then if they leave you with it, it pitches for club second, and then if you don't need it to pitch for club, it is the card you play before you pitch for club.
Yeah, always usable.
So it's always usable. So as your 4th card, it can block. As your 3rd card, it can be played. As your 2nd card, it can be played. As your 1st card, it can pitch to swing club unless you're on the red. So like that's where barraging, and we might end up not doing the reds by the end of all of this. That'd be fine.
Because it's not as scalable.
It's not as scalable. Then we've got our blue package, Convulsions. Great game closer. I think it's a fine thing to pick up with the Shadow package here. It gives something Dominate and +1. You've always got like weird pitch blue, use the Tunic, Convulsions, Command and Conquer 7 with Dominate.
Yeah, anything makes CNC 7 is an interesting card.
In this particular metagame, I think that's quite strong against the Ruin Blades in particular. Soul Harvest is just there for a 6. Wrecker Romp is there for a 6. I got the blue pack hunts because you can pitch these and then late game you can hit barraging. Blue pack hunt is just fine too.
Yeah.
Like that'll do the job. I've got one reckless swing in just to end a game. Most of the time you're going to be pitching to swing the club, but you know, if people are getting feisty with you, you do have the opportunity to do 2 damage to them, which can matter. There's a lot of blues you could go here. I went with blue high roller because I love the excitement of that, but mainly because it's a beautifully scalable blue card that blocks for 3. And can we say this again for the back row? A beautifully scalable blue card that blocks for 3. What more could you ask for in your blue slot?
That's it.
It blocks for 3. You play it for 0. It pitches for 3. It has Intimidate on it. So it always can be an Intimidate. And then if you've rolled a 6 on a die, it can Intimidate twice. You hit that 6 on Scabs, and you have this high roller in hand, and you get a double Intimidate out of that thing.
Good.
Oh, come on. We got 3
Feeling good.
actions. They're down 2 cards. We're in the game. And then lastly, we got the blue Awakening Bellows there. That's another just easy 1-cost Intimidate. It does give you +1 on an action card, but it's a block 3 blue that can Intimidate if you leave it in my hand, which I hope you do. And then lastly, we've got 3 unmovables.
I hope you do.
We've got 3 Sink Blows. I probably would play the Sinks depending on the matchup just to even out some clunky hands. But this deck is really playing more of a tempo game. So I don't think it needs to see its combo pieces and stuff as much. So I might not even run that. And that's it. I think this is around 80 cards. I looked at it always.
So we're going to start. I'm going to play Starvo against this. And you're going to see.
Yeah, we'll just see what it does.
Another thing we say
we'll
a lot
probably get wrecked.
Is when you're playing against a deck. Now, I haven't played that much of Starvo. I'm playing the Michael Hamilton Indie Special. I haven't played much of it. But it's also a good deck. So a lot of times you can play into good decks, and sometimes, like last week, where Dory actually beat this. Sometimes it's not. But when you're exploring new territory, you got to be okay with losing. And while you're gonna sleeve up and stuff.
Yeah, and so I'm just gonna explain my thought process. So I'm gonna cut the Shadow Puppetry Dread Screamer off the bat because this is my like gas package, and I don't need gas against Starvo. I'm gonna cut the CNCs because of Crown, not as relevant, and then I'll probably end up cutting the Sinks and adding the Unmovables, and I'm gonna see where that ends up on the cards. Probably gonna try one with Tunic first because there's a lot of concepts in the deck that revolve around Tunic, and then maybe come back in and try Husk as a second build.
Okay, we can do it. While you're sleeving that, let's do some housekeeping. I got some stuff I want to talk about.
Oh yeah, I forgot. We got a Wolfpack update.
Gotta get the Wolfpack update. What's up? So One thing I want to say before I dive into anything is a huge shout out and thank you to everyone who reached out to me, messaged me, posted on the Discord after last week's stream. The care that people felt towards my situation I was going through was very high.
That's very nice. They're much nicer than I am.
Yeah, so that's very nice that happened. But the reactions that came after that by some people were more severe than I expected them to be. Honestly, like it was not the intent. I'm a fan of wrestling, and I lean pretty hard into the wrestling vibe. I using words like brother, that kind of stuff. Now, what happened, what I explained last week did actually happen on stream, but I genuinely wish no harm or ill will towards Brendan or Hayden or Arsenal Pass. They're incredible players, they're incredible people, incredible creators in this community. It did what I explained happen? Yes. Do I want to outperform them at Pro Tours and crush them every chance I get? Yes. But at the same time, like people talking about canceling their Patreon to Arsenal Pass and stuff. That is not the intent.
Please don't do that.
The rivalry is real. We have split teams. There is the Wolfpack is actually a group of people playing who would definitely love the chance to get to play against Brendan and Hayden on stream. And I'm definitely going to lean into all that. But at the same time, zero like I guess genuine
negative. What are the opposite of well wishes?
Ill wishes.
Ill wishes. Yeah.
Yeah. Going that direction. If you're unaware of Arsenal Pass, great YouTube channel, great podcast for Flesh and Blood. They're some of the best players in the game that are also actively creating content around the game, and that's a really great thing for this community to have. So I wish their brand no harm either, because I think they're a huge positive force in the community, and Fab is way too small for people to start cutting at each other like that. But I do look forward to the chance to getting to play both those players in pro tournaments, not being on like a testing team or whatever with them. And we'll be smack talking regularly. So if you hear us smack talking, please don't read that personally, I guess.
Yeah. You guys got a chance to chat last week too, right?
Yeah, we definitely
so
talked.
you know, everything's kind of settled out there, and you've rounded the horn on that one, which is great. Like, I'm happy to hear that too, because I enjoy everybody being competitive, but also, like friends.
Yeah. I mean, you were casually digging at Brendan often.
Oh, that's just that's incredibly fun. But Brendan and I have also spent a good amount of time together personally, where I feel like that is not taken the wrong way.
Sure. The other thing, I think some things learned from my part, right, that I think are worth sharing. Because if you're gonna, last week we did a podcast about games as a sport, and I think I haven't ever been involved in a game on this level that I am taking at this level. We've had teams. That's where the name Team Covenant comes from and everything.
But it was Zach and I, really. So like,
yeah.
You know how it's like this. This is what it looks. This is what it is.
This is what was going
like
on.
Me playing weird stuff.
But I think some really important things. Whether or not you're starting a group, you're part of a group, you're joining a group. I do think being a part of a group is probably one of the best ways to have good performances at these kind of events. It's really hard to just kind of like, sometimes that looks like you show up to your weekly constructed event and you have a group of 20, 30 people playing the game, and you have a good community, and you're going to events all the time. But I do think that having people to regularly test against is really important. But there's a lot of stuff about that I think can be learned. I think communication is really important. We'll keep talking about that. I think understanding, make sure everyone's on the same page. Make sure you're on the page with everyone else, and that everyone else is on the same page of what the intent is and what the goals are and what the commitment levels are and what the expectations are. And communication across the board. I'm really historically bad at communicating in like interpersonal relationships. I'm an under-communicator. I say something once and I assume that my wife knows this is the way I feel, right? Or like this is how it is. But communicate a lot. If you're in a group of people or on a team or in a company or whatever, the more communication happening, the less likely you have like unexpected or like expectations that are radically different, and then that's usually what creates the biggest moments and friction and frustrations in a group like that.
Yeah, it's an important thing, right? Because like anytime you're taking something really seriously, there's going to be like passion involved. right? And so you gotta make sure that, hey, how are we testing? Like, what are the expectations before all of this just kind of like happens? It's like, here's how we're gonna meet, here's when we're gonna meet, here's how we're gonna handle this, etc. Man, so many times like small things turn into just giant problems. Like I even experienced that this year with observing some close friends essentially planning a party.
I remember that.
And it's just kind of like, and it's supposed to be a fun thing, but then it's like, well, who's in charge of X? Or I want to do it this way, you want to do it that way. We don't know how to maneuver through the situation. So like everything can get real serious if you don't like communicate about it. 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, for sure. 6, especially when people are, the party is definitely one thing, and people care on some of those things, right? It's like a party for someone, you want it to go well, or like planning a wedding or a shower or something. But when you are taking something very seriously, miscommunications can create a lot of friction and expectations being set and whatnot. It's the same we talked in that ban restriction announcement about expectations from people taking the game that you've established can be a serious thing seriously. Not being met is how you create a lot of friction. And, that is something you don't necessarily want to invite in if you can avoid it. And I think communication solves most of those things.
Most of the time you can't avoid it that way. Okay. Well, great. I'm glad to hear that.
Let me sideboard. You're on Levia, eh?
Yeah, see, nobody knows how to sideboard for Levia. I've already won. Playing that Skull Cap. Okay. All right, we got a 60 card deck here, we think. We're playing the club. I've got the claws here for the racing match and for Prism, but we don't need them in Starvo. I'm not sure that there's a single mid-rangey, tempo-y deck that actually works right now, aside from, I guess, Starvo. But I refuse to give up on the idea, because they're my favorites, right? Like this idea that you can play for value and like make good trades over the course of 10 plus turns and then come out the victor. Like this whole romantic idea that I have that is just probably not actually true. We're going to try it, though. What's the harm in trying? And I'm going to play the best Flesh and Blood of my life right now.
Let's go.
All right, and how many... Did people with experience, do you guys know how many piles in a pile shuffle is correct?
What do you mean by correct, Steven?
Well,
you want that Matty P consistent random?
Yeah. I mean, I've got different sleeves here. I've got
Gross.
like 2 different kinds of blacks here. Uh-oh.
Don't matter to me.
No. Just don't take it to a tournament. I think there's like a number. The Magic community figured it out. That makes it not wrong, but also random. Man, these sleeves are like marked out. It looks like somebody bit these sleeves. You biting my sleeves?
Alex saying 7. Dylan saying 7.
Yeah, 7 seems to be the...
Yeah, I'm not biting your sleeve. Equinox
I'm not biting your sleeves
says
casually.
You said, are you biting my sleeves? And the answer is... says, what amazes me is how much people are drawn to certain heroes and why. I love warriors and runeblades and rangers, but it's amusing seeing what combos are used.
It's funny, too, because a lot of times it's the same kinds of heroes. Like Equinox is saying. Like, I love warriors and rangers and brutes. Why is that? Like, why are we one off?
Why do I love runeblades and guardians? I don't know.
Yeah, why do you? Those seem like totally different. You like defense and offense equally?
I don't think it's about... That's not the axis that's being judged. I think they both have big moments.
Yeah, okay. So you're the big moment guy. See, and I'm not that at all.
You're the fundamental exchange guy.
Like, my big moment is like playing Boner Marauder out of Arsenal with a tunic, which like gets me excited.
Which is why like Brute is kind of interesting to me, because it feels like I have a mild interest.
Just because you can roll and go.
Because like
play the slot machine.
I would roll the scab skins way more than I think people would be comfortable.
Yeah.
But
I'll be doing that into Vis. I won't stop rolling the scabs.
The idea would be that like the worst result of 1 is the least likely, right? Because a 2 or a 3 gets you 1 action.
Yeah.
And a 4 or 5 is 2, and then a 6 is 3. Of course, there are hands where it doesn't matter, so you wouldn't roll it. But the reality of like, I should get as many 6s as I get 1s over time. And if the 6s are proportionally better than the 1s are bad,
watch out. Are you playing time skippies?
Yep.
Why is that?
It's the only boots in the list. Besides no rune.
That's funny. Way to go, Michael.
Yeah.
Figured it out.
Yeah, it's Prism.
Yeah.
You also like...
You could just pitch a blue and have 2 swings, right?
Yeah.
If you need to. Huh. Isn't that interesting? That's what happens whenever you just
Oscar
get rid of conventional wisdom.
Steven doesn't realize this is his secret tryout for the Wolfpack. What's really awesome, so we were having a conversation this morning about what now? What do you even test? And essentially, you know, I would put pretty good odds on Star of the Show either hitting Living Legend or somehow being affected by the second. And so we're essentially testing everything that's not that. If he sticks around and the band restricted list doesn't mess with him, then we have 8 days to figure that out.
Yeah,
is essentially the strategy.
I think you can pivot during Taiwan.
Yeah.
Like see the Taiwan results. Yeah. If he doesn't win Taiwan, okay, it's like okay, well we got to get ready.
Yeah.
But then you also,
I know.
Yeah.
It's like, well, yeah, you got to get ready, except for then they ban 2 cards, and it's like, well, wait a second.
Wesley says his list does have Ironhide apparently.
Oh yeah, it does.
And
that's what I should play.
Stalagmite into basically everything.
Hold on, let me get the Ironhide.
Yeah, can we say it again from the back for the back row? He used Stalagmite for basically everything. I wonder who could have predicted how good of a card that was. Anybody?
I don't know if that's right.
Anybody else in here?
I don't know if that's right.
Oh, just talk. I guess I'll just talk to myself about how right I was.
Mark it.
Just like your brother was so right about Crown, and I was wrong about Crown. And I was like, this card isn't great. Oops. Why are you listening to me on deck building? I thought Crown was bad. I thought Stalagmite was good. I guess you can only get 1 right, you know?
I don't know that you would use Stalagmite into Levia, right?
It would absolutely mess certain lines up, but that's the same with all things. Yeah? Aaron, don't mess with me like that. Oh my gosh. Can you imagine? I need a trident using water-based ranger that's all about traps. You kidding me? With like a net, like a trident and a net, and your net slot is like where your traps go? Come on. Why not Reinar? Said Mind Doggus. You can look at the beginning of the stream. I explain why. But Reinar right now makes no sense to me at all. Starvo doesn't want to block you, so Intimidate doesn't matter. This doesn't want to block you, so Intimidate doesn't matter. Briar really doesn't want to block you. Chain really doesn't want to block at all.
You have one of those majestical boards?
Yeah. Who does block these days?
Old him?
Yeah, well, and he's not around, is he?
Starvo?
Starvo doesn't really... You want to keep that full hand to show the 3.
Yeah, but he'll pay 1, he'll block with 1. Then he'll have the rest of them.
Mm-hmm. Crown's instant, yeah. So that's that you can trigger Crown in response to Intimidate coming out. Like, it's just not good right now. Rampart into Chain, apparently.
Makes sense. Let's think about this. If I'm just looking at Levia, I would know nothing else. I mean,
well, you'd say, oh, it's a free win.
What cards do you play after attacking that aren't attacks?
This guy's playing for fun.
Is that none?
What cards do I play what?
After attacking that are not attacks. How often do you break the chain?
It is not common. It's not as common as it is in like Dory.
Don't mind me.
Yes, you're gonna feel the power.
I know it's good.
Feel the rhythm, feel the flow.
I have played it once or thrice.
Got these dice at Edmund Unplugged.
Nice.
It's a good name.
Very bright.
I think that's a good name. Unplugged is that's a good idea. Okay. You wanna go first, second? You wanna roll for it? Evens, odds. For choice, you've already seen your hand, so
odds, and I'll go first.
Go first, yeah, first.
I'll go first.
Starvo firsties.
Oscar saying, I took a break from Fab just as Arya was coming out. Coming back now, it's kind of insane how much the game has evolved in just a matter of months.
It's a beautiful thing.
All right.
I'm gonna play the Skull Crushers at some point too. Just don't like them. What do you got? Got the goods?
Arsenal pass.
Oof.
After a tunic, of course.
Activate tunic.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Acceptable. I want to roll those scabs, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to leave this here, though. On a 6. Just going to think about it for a second, you know. All right, swing big for 8. If it doesn't hit, you get a quicken. Could be relevant.
I suppose.
Use that stalagmite?
No. Alright. No black, go reactions.
Pass.
Staunch response.
Nice.
Blocks for 10.
Here, I'll give you a quicken token for that. Okay. Called and answered.
You're just like, okay, I guess.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. That's cool. I've got it down here somewhere.
But doesn't go away if I don't do anything, or does it?
I think it's whenever you attack, it happens. We can read it. Yeah, it's whenever you attack, it blows up.
Don't mind me.
You got me. I'll throw this into the arsenal and I'll pass it to you.
All right. Start my turn. We'll tunic, and then I will just arsenal pass.
Oh, come on. Tunic up. You're begging me. You're begging me.
Roll that die.
I have to.
Why are we here if you're not gonna roll it? There's the one. Oh, I got the 6. Bow, 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 bow. We need a thing that hits when the scabs hit a 6.
Yeah,
just like
do.
the party starts going, the confetti's going across the screen.
All right, barraging beatdown.
Intimidate.
Intimidate, yeah.
I'm gonna just randomize and do from the top. All right, intimidate 1.
All right, then first action we'll play a red pack hunt with intimidate.
Okay.
Take another one there.
Intimidate. Yeah.
One floating. 6, 10 if you don't block it. 2 cards from here.
You have 2 actions floating?
Yeah, 2 actions.
I'll take 10.
I'm just going to pitch club for 4.
Okay. Sure, take 4.
You got it. Got the 6, didn't need it.
Start my turn. Tunic. We'll trigger the old star of the show. Show you the elements.
Oh, not the pulse. Okay.
We'll use tunic to crown. second. We're in the tank.
Would you say you're about as good as Michael?
Equivalent. All right, let's go. Heaven's Claws for 3 with Gogan.
Quicken.
Yeah, give me some resource tokens.
Yeah. These are our Majestic tokens available on teamcovenant.com. Thank you. These are our Majestic tokens available at teamcovenant.com. Thank you. I'm not going to be blocking that 3.
She's going to take 3 like that?
Yes, that's correct. Is that the one with Dominate and all that?
No. So this gets to go in here. This has to be a 3 cost.
Right. All right, I'll take 3. Wow, Starvo's so good.
Mm-hmm. Can you feel it?
Can you feel it?
It's sort of a weird moment. We're gonna go a different direction. Let's go Pulse.
Get it out of your hand.
Swing the hammer for... Nope, that's not the hammer. Swing the hammer for 8.
With the Frosty?
Yeah, 2 floating card in hand.
Does this have go again?
No?
You gonna pummel that hammer or something?
Could.
Well, I mean, 8. I mean, who cares about 8? Who cares about 8?
It's just health, man.
8 and a Frost? Come on. 8 and a Frost. All right, hold on a second. Let's think about this. 8 and a Frost. So with the card we would block with, we instead just don't block with it and we use it. Oh. I mean, it's big news bears. This isn't what Starvo is supposed to do. This is not how this is supposed to work. Why is this happening? 8 and a Frost.
The go again popped on the Heaven's Claws for people asking.
There's no way you block this. I'm not blocking that 8.
Take 8. Arsenal pass.
This is like the worst Starvo I've ever seen.
I'm pretty sure you've only seen my Starvo.
All right, Tunic up. Do we go for it? Well, surely, right?
Don't call me Shirley.
I've got the gloves still. Chill Scabbers. Wait, do I gotta pay for that?
Yep.
Yeah. Is that worth it?
A resource and then
Yeah, it's worth it.
big money, no whammies. 16.
And, you gotta clear it somehow.
Oh my! That die's loaded. Now we see. This is the die you're using when you play KO against me. I remember.
You want a
now.
new die? You want to swap die out?
No, that's cool.
You sure?
If you only roll 6s, though, well, I'll put a big old asterisk next to the title of the stream.
Well, this is how you play Brute.
That's what I'm saying,
We've
man.
been missing it the whole time.
If you ain't rolling, you ain't playing.
All right, Red Pack Hunt.
Tattoo it, man.
First action, 2 remaining, and Intimidate, please.
All right.
You just do the top one, it's fine. Just don't cheat, please.
Please. 6?
That's right. 6 in Timmy.
What's Tim got to do with it?
Ha!
Sure. Block 6.
All right, we got a problem coming in.
Take 4. Lose my card. I guess, actually, no. Don't lose my card. Get 4 back. Let's pay 1 to crown. No, I'll get the card back in my hand.
And then discards.
Yeah, not doing that.
You could, you know.
We'll lose it. Take 4. Whatever. Whatever, Steven.
All right, Tunic up. Gain 1. And then club for 4.
Take 4.
You got it.
It's not even close.
That's right. Meta solved.
This goes back in my hand. Started my turn, Tunic. Just swing the hammer for 4, no frost.
4 no frosty, he says. 4 no frosty.
Samuel's saying good players just roll 6s.
Yeah, that's what I've always said.
Easy peasy.
Yeah. Uh-huh. 4 no frosty. Okay.
Your opponent can't pitch deck if you don't ever get to a second cycle.
That's bada boom. Where are we at here? Okay. I'm just gonna drop this. It's not worth. Is it worth it? Yeah, we're just gonna block 3, take 1.
Okay.
And a Frosto.
No frostbite.
Oh, right on. Even better. 1 up. Barraging beat down yellow. Intimidate, please, sir.
Lisa, may I have another? Now, can I do something before
You
that
can
resolves?
react before this resolves, yes. If it's an instant.
Yeah. Nah.
Okay. Barrage up. And then we've got a red swing big. 1 floating. Coming at you for 8. 11 unless you block with 2.
Let's pay 1 for crown.
You got it.
Let's... let's block. Block here, and then we'll go to Staunch.
You got it.
Covering a lot.
7, 8, 9.
10.
You did it. Back to you.
Okay. Let's go back to hand. We will Arsenal pass.
Sean, that is the point of the deck, actually. So Levia is just here to bring in a few shadow cards. That is the key.
Over to you, amigo.
Mm-hmm. Tunic, Scabs. 1 action.
Not loaded.
Let's do yellow barraging. And then we'll do another swing big. 1 floating. Get a quicken if you want. Yeah, you did. You had a quicken from last time.
Good to know.
Can you get multiple? I think you can.
Yeah, but they all pop.
Pop. Yeah.
Let's go crown.
Mm-hmm.
Those are intimidated, so
Should only be 1 intimidate. I don't know what the other one's doing
I
over
think I
there.
just saved it. Wasn't gonna block with it.
Some slides. Is that an arsenal? What's going on over there? Judge, man.
Who knows? Block 6. Crown is 7. Take 1.
Take 1.
Yeah. I see now. Start my turn, Tunic. Swing the hammer for 4. No frosty.
No frost. Okay.
Oh, it has Gogan.
That's right.
Watch yourself.
Okay. Interesting. No frost. Let's block 3. That's interesting. Okay, I don't want to waste a thing on that. What's that tunic worth, really? Is that really what it comes down to in the end?
No frostbite, notably.
Yeah. It's about 3 either direction. I'll block 3, take 1.
Personal pass.
Tunic up. Let's do blue barraging, instant tunic, pitch for yellow smash instinct. So double intimidate, and then 6 threatening 8, unless you block with both.
Let's take 8.
You got it.
Down to 7.
That's right.
Brute smash. All right, started my turn.
Mm-hmm.
We'll trigger start the show.
All right, all blues.
Let's go. I don't think it matters much. Let's go 1 for crown.
It's my least favorite interaction in this whole game. Do you know that?
What is crown?
Crown. Because you just have to wait for your opponent to do this stupid cycle, put it in the bottom, draw a card, and blah, blah, blah.
Etc.
It's like I'm playing Pokemon all of a sudden.
Let's go Glacial Footsteps. Paying 6. Coming in for 10 with Dominate and Gogan.
Are you going to swing that hammer?
No. Yes.
Damn it. This is just bogus. All right, you're on 7, so we're going to get serious about this. 10 with no other threat. That's so sad. Okay, well, let's see. If we do this and this and that, then yeah, dude, I'm taking 10 for sure.
Yep.
Why wouldn't I?
Swing the hammer for 4 with the frost.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Four with a frost, he says. I think I'm about to get a really clunky situation here. Yeah. Okay.
James says, I feel the joy emanating from Zach in this game.
So like when it blocks, it gives a frostbite? Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I could have 2 technically on this situation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's do 3, 4 on the cap there.
You got it. Arsenal Prime.
I got greedy on this one, but we'll see if it works.
It certainly could.
Tunic. Clever 4. 1 float. Be scared.
No actions. crown. Certainly not ideal.
Right, Blood Rush actually don't. This deck doesn't Blood Rush so much. It's a different kind of thing.
We'll throw the boots in.
It's not the case with this deck on Blood Rush.
Black for 2.
Okay, I'm gonna pummel this.
Yeah. So I take 5.
Yeah.
You got it.
Okay. Now let's intimidate to close.
Right.
Should have 17. That should be enough.
Let's go disable for 7. If it does 4 or more, your arsenal goes to the bottom of your deck.
Okay. No go again? Did you show me the magic?
No. None of the sort.
7. So weird. Okay. We've got to count for stalagmite though. I like that shield. That's good. Okay, so we do that. We do that. 7, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna play it cool here. 3, 4, 5.
Okay. Take 2.
Yeah.
Arsenal base.
We're still feeling it out.
Mm-hmm.
We're not sure what's right. All right. Well, we've got the gloves. Let's try 2 rolls here. First scabs. We're gonna gloves it. He is not loaded. Second scabs. 2 actions.
Those gloves, man. Clutch City.
Yeah, this is right. First action, Smash Instinct, Intimidate for 7. One action left.
Unfortunate. Let's use the crown.
Oh, thank you, Tunic. Yeah, I'll instant activate Tunic.
Let's go. Four, 7. Give me a frostbite.
Yeah. And then we'll just pitch club for 4.
Yeah. So crown is going to cover 1. Block 3. Crown gets the other.
You got it.
Can you hand me 2 armor? Oh, there. Alright. Let's just swing the ice hammer for 4. If it hits, get a frostbite.
If it hits, get a frostbite.
Don't forget the tuning. What up, Carl? Yeah, Steven is currently ahead 15-2.
Okay. So we go here, there. Okay. I'm playing it cool, man. I'm playing it cool. Pass on normies, and then I'm just gonna 2 for 6 Guardian.
Yeah.
Guardian of the Shadow Realm.
Arsenal pass.
Tick up the Tunic. Play a yellow Barraging. And then Tunic, pitch, red unmovable, swing club for 4.
But +3 if I don't block with 2.
Yep.
Oh, don't you know?
Just seeing some concepts. Just seeing some ideas.
Let's go.
Playing some weird moments. Seeing what happens.
Block 3, go to reactions.
Press.
Let's toss in Pulse of Eyes and Low.
What's that do?
Blocking for 9. Makes all my elemental cards block for +1, but doesn't really matter. Going up to 10. It's not the ideal
Arsenal here.
moment. You guessed it. Swinging the hammer for 4 with a nice card.
An Icy 4.
Yep.
Ooh.
It's frosty. I understand this deck a lot better. I get it.
4 and a Frost. Well, we'll take a chance, right? Do our dance at the Space Jam.
That's right. All right.
I'll take 4 and let's see what happens here.
There's your frosty.
Thank you. Okay, well, let's start with convulsions here. Blue. Hope I hit a 6. You want to pull him? You want me to?
No, I'll pull. I'll get my hot hands going. It's my one advantage in this game. It's my luck.
All instant Tunic.
Yeah. It triggers out the
Convulsions
convulsions.
triggers
Yeah.
the Tunic, of course.
All right, 3.
Don't choose that one.
I'll choose the purple one. Oh man.
Okay, I'm gonna let you shuffle him, and then I'm gonna pull 3 off the top.
Yeah.
Okay, you just want me to put them in your hands?
Yeah.
Don't feel the difference in the purple sleeve.
I won't. I'm not a cheater.
You know that. You know what purple feels like.
Definitely.
Okay.
It feels like winning.
Don't look.
This ray's purple. There's 2. 3.
Hit 1. Our next attack's gonna have Dominate.
Alright.
Oh, we do have a Guardian here too, so we can start the blood deck clock and get that back in hand there. Might be worth rolling the Scabbies. This is gone. The Frostbite. Then we'll do Pack Hunt for 7 with Dominate.
Intimidate?
Yeah.
Start there.
Hope it's the defense reaction.
Alright. So. That's fine. Everything's fine. What's over here? That. That. Alright, let's pay 1 for Crown of Seeds. Draw. Alright, and then let's go 3, 4, 5, 6. Coming in for 7.
7 coming at you.
Alright. Let's block 3, 4, 5, 6, and then Crown of 7.
You got it. Picked her right up.
You get a Frostbite that goes away at the end of the turn.
Oh man, love it. Levia saved me 1 damage there too. Don't sleep on that.
Well, boom.
We already have.
Alright. Start the turn, we'll start the show.
Start of the turn, start of the show. Got it.
And then I'll use the lightning to play the items test for 9 with Dominate. Go again.
9 Dominate. Go again.
Moki. Feels like purple.
You had the blue frost, right? I saw that.
Oh, Winter's Grasp. The hand of winter grasps the land, laying life to rest.
Okay.
And I've got mystery card.
A terrible mystery. Okay. I see this. I see this. You can't block a 9 dominate that doesn't do anything, right? That's
At
just
11 health you can.
That's just wrong.
What if this is pummel?
I mean, I think I'm
dead.
fine. I think I'm okay.
Okay.
If that happens. I'm just trying to think, like, can I just straight up win here and not have to worry about, the ins and outs?
And what have yous?
Yeah.
Have you made you can.
And your shield boy is gone?
Mm-hmm.
Did I see anything that gives a +4? That's already gone, right?
Yeah.
It's long gone. I mean, how much can you keep? I'm just going to be greedy because I like being greedy. I want to see what happens. I'm going to be so greedy. You wouldn't believe it.
I do believe it. You're playing Brute. You got to be greedy.
Well, I mean, you could shut this entire turn out and swing the club, which is fine. It's fine. It's fine, Zach. That's probably the smart thing to do here. I hate it, though. That's not how I want to play. But what are good players going to do? Alright, hold on a second. I know you got the 2, you got the Frost, about to swing the hammer, and you got 1 card that's going to go. Now, that card could be a crown card. It could be a... Let's play a good fab. Let's see your discard pile here. See what we're dealing with.
Oh, good detective.
Pulse is in there. We've got 2 red staunches, and you got a lot of deck left. So the potential of that being a defense reaction, fairly low. You could be on yellow staunches. I don't know what Michael's list does. We could get greedy here.
Now, the real thing is, if you can swing for 4, then technically I could, like, crown, block with the card, and have 3 cards left, and then send my dominate thing back. So there is an upside of, like, the longer you let this go on, it can get out of hand sometimes.
You can, yeah.
But I don't know.
Yeah, I'll take 9.
Woo-wee. All right.
In the grand scheme of fab, I think that's incorrect, but
Swing the ice hammer with an ice card.
yeah. And then for this, we're gonna block 3, 4 on Scabbies.
Arsenal pass.
Club for 4.
Club Brute. Well.
Instant tuning.
Let's crown.
I never read these. I just look at them and I know they're doubles.
Just one place to start.
Put stuff in the stuff.
In the stuff, though.
Yeah.
If you got pummel. Alright. Let's block for 6.
You got it. And you got a crown active?
Yep.
Acceptable. Next round.
Interesting. Alright. A.
Yeah.
Let's swing the ice hammer for 4, no ice. Oh yeah, you blood that?
Oh yeah, I'll take 1.
The new clock.
That's why you probably can't go to that, can you? Okay, and then 5.
Ty says rip.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, it was greedy. So, like, if you don't honor the pummel, you lose. But you have to.
Yeah.
So, it's not right to do that.
Yeah.
I
mean, I don't know. The reason I honored it is because not honoring it didn't give me a better hand.
Mm-hmm.
But like if I had the dominate ability in hand and I could risk it, it's like, well, but the fact that you took the turn made me really suspicious you wanted to do something else.
You're like paying attention. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly. It was broadcast a mile away. Man, this is a good question. This is like a terrible hand.
Steve Dub, he flew too close to the sun.
Yeah, it's over. I mean, you're going to win.
No, devastating.
There's no way. But you had no reason to win.
At least your hat's on.
You had no reason to win. That was just me playing my way out of that game. There was no reason for that to happen.
Yeah. Marcus in all caps. I tried so hard and got so far.
The not greedy play wins this game, I think, bar none. You just unmovable the Autumn's Touch. You block the hammer. You swing the club for 4. And it's the same outcome, except you don't lose, unfortunately. So we're going to block this, and then we're going to restart.
Yep.
I don't think there's anything fancy here. Pay 2, get that out of the... I guess we could do that. Get that out of the thing.
And not just immediate.
Not just immediately die, yeah. That. Okay. And then we do this. Okay. I'm willing to do it like that. Sure.
YOLO.
We'll just roll the scabs and get it done. I'll block 5 there.
Your hat's on for reference.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Okay. It won't 3 and 1 it.
It wouldn't improve the sitch. 2 actions. Here we go.
He got him.
First action.
Look for me at the first light.
Instant the tunic.
On the 3rd day. To the
pitch,
west.
Grab shadows. Guardian of the Shadow Realm. Pitch both Guardians of the Shadow Realm. Swing the club for 4.
No cards in hand.
That's right.
'Tis my chance.
Do your dance. It's the Space Jam.
All right.
All right.
It's pretty good, actually.
Pretty good, Denny.
Although, ooh, what's that card that does 1 to me?
Reckless Swing.
How does it read? Just for asking for a friend?
Discard a card from my hand. If it's a 6, it does 2 damage.
Ooh. Watch yourself.
A lot of ways to win, man.
A lot of ways to lose.
A lot of ways to win.
All right. We're going to block 3.
Take 1?
Take 1.
You got it.
Let's see if you got the goods. Start of my turn. We'll trigger the old star of the show.
All right.
I'm going to pay 3 for Oakenold Fused.
Okay.
Coming to you for 11 with Dominate. And if it does any damage, just go 2 at random.
With go again.
Mm-hmm.
Show me those 2 again. If you would fuse these there. Okay.
Hypothetically, I could have taken a saber play, but here we are.
Hey, at least we both were doing it.
Yeah, this is for you. See that field out there? Classic Fab Scrum right here. 1-to-1 and down in the dirt.
Yeah, and you took the hat away. Like a real
pro.
Real pain. Yeah, you got 2 over there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 3, and then a movable for 8.
He got to 11.
Yeah.
Winner's bite.
Pay 1 or do the thing.
Uh-huh.
I'll instant and do that.
Swing the hammer for 4.
All right. We'll block and tunic.
Yeah, you got it.
Hammer for 4, coming at you.
Got to block with 2. Mm-hmm. Block 4.
You got it.
Swing hammer for 4.
Hammer for 4. What a genius move that is.
Big brain time.
Wow.
On that note, let's talk about our brains and how we can keep them healthy and hydrated. If you've been sitting there for a minute watching us, I know this is back-to-back stream action. Hard to turn away from this level of entertainment. Remember to hide your brain so you can hide your life.
Huh. Okay. So if we do this, there's really no. These are equal outcomes here. This is not the hand we deserved here. We did not deserve this hand right now.
The people wanted more.
Did not deserve this hand. So we do that. I think that's sadly the case. You're gonna get Arsenal here.
Yeah. We back, baby.
I got all these reds, man.
All you need is that reckless, dude.
I know. It's in there too.
I know it's in there. I'm
just waiting for me.
I'm just devastatingly waiting to get dunked on by it after all this work to finally get back in the game. Steven gives me the chance, puts me back in it,
Do your dance.
and then just dunks on me at
It
the
is
end.
the Space Jam. Okay. Is there any way that this works? We go there. We go there. No, because I've got to get 2 out of hand. I mean, it's too much. It's too much. Okay, we're just going to react with Shadow Realm there. And we're going to pitch. It really doesn't matter. They're all going to have to go. 2 reds to do that.
All right, over to you.
Here comes Justice. Club for 4.
That's so funny.
Welcome to Club Brute, where the hits are hot. The hots are hit. Okay, load a crowd of seeds. I love this from Ben. Used to get chronic headaches, but then I heard about water. Turns out not being mildly dehydrated has a lot of health benefits. Cheers to that. You won't forget your tunic.
Okay. No black go reactions.
You go, dude.
I gotta play Staunch.
This is some high level play here. Just reactions out of
Block
hand.
for 7.
2
Yeah.
cards blocking everything. A lot of ins, a lot of outs.
I agree, dude. Totally agree. We're just gonna play a straight up Okanold for 7.
So have dominate.
Nope.
I really wish my hat was on. 7? 7 is the right number. That's a good number for you.
That's a 3-card block. That's what we're after.
Yeah.
But I'm just letting you filter to get to that
Dude, it's coming.
finale.
Too. It's absolutely on the way.
I just gotta play Channel Lake Bridges first.
You know, there's considerations you should have probably about what to put in your deck at this point.
Cardboard cast with a good point. Phone's ringing, dude. I know, Donnie.
I don't think these pummels are worth much right now, to be honest with you.
Yeah, they're not good on small hands.
All right, there's 8. You
Reaction. Just kidding.
You got them all.
Just Dunkaroo.
Club for 4.
Novel. I really wasn't expecting that. All right.
I was not expecting that.
How much does the reaction cost? That hurts me?
Randomly? 0.
It's a 0 for 4 that does 2 damage?
That's right, but you discard a card from hand, so it's 2 cards for 2.
Oh, and you have to hit.
And you have to hit a 6.
That's right. There it is. It's not just guarantees, dudes.
It's not guarantees, no. This is a story of getting exceedingly greedy. I didn't have to be here. We could have ended this game a long time ago.
Yeah, but here we are, dude.
It's awful.
Let's use crown.
Because it's unnecessary. It's unnecessary. This is wrong. Don't have the tunic. So many of these plays are just bad. Come on now. The blood debt.
Block 3. Cancel 1 with the crown.
You got it. If you can't do anything good, you can show me a pulse and some other things. All your pulses are gone, right?
2 of them, I think.
All 3 of them are gone.
I don't know what you're talking about.
All 3 of them are gone, dude. It's never happening.
Second hammer for 4.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Oh my gosh, you gave me an opportunity.
Yeah.
Okay, we got to be careful here because we actually have to be good.
There's only 2 here.
What?
There's only 2 pulses over here, and there's 3 in the deck.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not kidding you.
You played the D reaction.
Yeah.
And you played the go get the things, and you played the +4.
I pitched the go get the things out of this crown.
Man, if I had a blue right here, I could potentially win the game. I don't have it.
Bummer, dude.
You know what I'm saying, though? You roll a double action, and you just do
I feel like
club and a 1
I
card.
feel like this is the last game ever that you'll be greedy.
Yeah, definitely. I'll be like buttoned up like
it will
a
be
tuxedo
burned into
after
your
this.
brain forever. It's so funny. The one time you get greedy, and then it's just like you get into the Guardian gridlock.
I never get greedy, man. It's not my thing. But here we are. Okay, there we go. Block all that. How about that?
There we go. Now, hey, we made it to that pitch stack I set up.
Yeah, about time.
I'm sure it's just going to be
4?
perfect. Perfect, you know?
Yeah, how about 4 there?
All right, that's a good card to have right now.
It's completely our Murph is calling us right. This is karmic retribution for my greed. It is one of the 7 deadly sins, isn't it?
Crown?
Yeah. Sure, if you don't hit that ability.
Block 3.
The fact that you're playing that makes me think you're about to hit that thing. I'm gonna arsenal that guy.
Spinal Crush for 9.
Big ol' spinal. Block 6.
Pass.
Reckless swing.
Oh, no.
Discard a 6.
No. I knew it was coming. Inevitable.
Well, we're ultimately rewarded for our greed.
Now you had to have like 10 minutes of stress.
That's right. Go ahead and just get real stressed for a bit.
All right, let's try that again.
Yeah, try that again. Okay. So, you know what? This is where, when you're in Dark Horse Land, this is where you're like, okay, well, maybe this can work. Maybe it can beat Starvo like once in a tournament. And it just needs to be the right time. The right time.
Yep.
And then if it can race the Ruin Blades, you know, then it's like, well, if it needs to do that about 5 times. Maybe you beat Starvo 3 or 4 times. You make it to day 2. And then...
well, the first thing you gotta do is play, like, the hardest matchups, like, 10 times in a row each.
That's right.
And, like, you'll evolve your deck, but you have to see what it... One game, you might win the 1, and then it could have been out of 20 you're gonna lose.
Yeah. And I'm playing against, like, the, first or second round of Swiss Starvo here. I'll need to play against good Starvo players at some point, too, to figure that out. If it's really got the legs or not.
Yeah.
Just goes along with it. Love it. Yeah, you will need to play against a good Starvo. I agree. Yeah.
I agree, dude. I'm not claiming to be an expert here.
Yeah, your next Michael Hamilton, dude. You're playing it.
Nah, man.
Playing it like a fiddle.
I need the sizzle. He's just rugged, you know, like
He's
this
the grinder. Yeah.
That's why about halfway through
value man.
Halfway through the game, I was like, I think I could just not be taking damage most of the time.
Yeah.
I like 2, and I just don't take damage and swing the hammer. It's like, what's he gonna do?
I'm going to eventually, when I'm not on 1, intimidate 3 cards and win.
It's fine, as long as I'm not at 1.
Yeah.
But I'm at 25 health, it doesn't much matter.
Yeah, that's the goal. But the deck should be able to handle somebody that does that.
Yeah.
That's the mid-range
We're about
dream.
to find out.
Yeah.
You go first this time.
Okay. Oh man, here comes the triple barraging pack hunt open.
Let's go.
I guess double barraging. All right, let's start the turn by ticking up Find All Spring Tunic.
It's all right.
Benjamin's hand, Levia's bad matchup isn't Starvo, it's this. That's why we got tools. I think we run the claws there even.
Yeah.
I don't know, I might pummel into this.
Just run and gun, man.
You roll scabs every turn, you play Shadow Puppetry Dread Screamer, and you do not stop swinging until this is dead or you are.
Yep.
And it's probably you.
And that's okay.
But who's got a great matchup into this? Who?
Starvo.
Starvo.
Yeah.
So if you're not playing Starvo, what are you looking for?
Facts.
You could also just not play Vit against Vis in a tournament. It's
Absolutely
very
true.
possible.
Yeah, because you don't like Starvo very much. And don't be coming at me with this. Vis OTK is giving Starvo. You know what I hate? OTK.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that in like a...
Doesn't it?
Again,
It seems like it would be
hyperbolic.
particularly suited to beat OTK, actually.
Well, I mean...
Because it can do a lot when you don't do anything to it. And then it discards cards from your hand, which you need to generate rune chance.
But OTK can basically like, oh, you got rid of some cards, play Read the Runes.
Yeah.
And like reduce the rune chant, you're just building.
I mean, you got to somehow block all the damage. And I don't know, it feels like, compared to like some decks in OTK, it seems...
I think the other thing about OTK is it doesn't enable Awakening, which most Starvo players run.
Mm-hmm.
So... Yeah.
That's true. These are the questions.
But let me tell you, you get to 15 to 18 rune chance, you're looking for that Sonata, and they just keep hitting Oakenolds, Crippling Crushes. Do that a couple times, and then tell me how you feel, because it's a pain.
Ooh, dude, we were so close. Ah, maybe we're there.
What about Alex? Yeah, it's Flesh of Blood. You can go first.
Soul Scabs. Great time for that to happen. Arsenal.
That's a fine turn one.
Yep. This is the anti-greed button right there. Now this is a good question. Okay, over to you.
Tunic. No start of the show. We'll disable for 7.
It cannot deal 4 or more damage.
That's right.
We won't allow it. Okay, for 7. Oof, I got questions here. You got 1 card in Arsenal?
No card in hand.
1 card in hand, about to be Arsenal. Or yeah.
It's going to be Arsenal.
Block 6, take 1.
You got it. Wearing that hat with pride.
That's why I turn the hat on.
Yeah, Marcus, Old Bravo is pretty good into this, and he's also pretty good into Start of the Show. He's just really, really not good into Prism.
I think it's just keep the pressure on, right? Red barraging with Intimidate there, and I'm gonna pitch for a red pack hunt, and I'm gonna respond by taking my Tunic up.
2 Intimidates, I got it.
Double Intimidate, block 2 or don't. These are your choices.
Coming in for 6?
Mm-hmm. Threatening 10.
Block 5?
You got it.
Take
Take
one.
one.
I'm the captain now.
Ooh, look, we got some spammers and spammers. They clearly know that the stream is where it's at.
All right, start my turn. Tunic. It's a weird hand. Let's pay 1 for the old crown. Draw a card. Exciting. Arsenal pass.
Oh my gosh, are you kidding me?
That hand was red as the day is long.
Ay, ay, ay.
Holy smokes.
Well, it's an exercise in how greedy am I going to get again, right? That's what it comes down to, isn't it?
Duncan is saying this match is getting pretty hot, apparently.
All right, fine. Ugh. It's fine. That's what you want to see. You got to see these things. You got to see these things. Okay. Yep. Acceptable. That's okay. We're okay with that as well.
Couldn't do this all day at a tournament.
Yeah, I feel that. Let's go Smash Instinct Red.
For 7.
For 7 with Intimidate, yeah.
Alright. Got me.
Let's activate the tune.
Sure. No block good reactions.
I'll pass.
Astonish.
Are you doing the, is it a +3 and all that?
Just coming for 7.
I'll go in Tunic and Pummel. Red.
Okay. I'll take 4.
Take 4 and discard.
Alright. And then after that, I'll pay 1 to use crown.
After that?
I want the card in hand. Start my turn. Tunic. I have floating resource. Hammer for 4, no frost. Now this is pod racing.
Now this is pod racing. Hammer for 4, no frost. That's a really great question there.
I was just saying, Murph, that I couldn't play Starvo all day, I don't think.
I'll take 4.
Ooh, spicy, spicy.
Again, just get greedy, dude. The key to this game is to get as greedy as possible.
You need some Brute theme sleeves that just say "Get Greedy" on the back.
Scabos. 100% of the time, it works every time.
I've always said that, man.
Barraging. Red.
I like what you're doing.
Red pack hunt.
2 intimidates. It's pretty annoying.
That's right. I'm here to annoy.
For 6 plus 4 if I don't block with 2. Let's use Tunic. Crown.
I'll activate my Crown of Seeds.
I'm just kidding. I'm making fun of you, man. It's a fine thing to do.
Take 10.
Okay. Second action. How about a Boneyard Marauder for 6?
Don't bother me. I immediately switched to taking damage.
You can't stand it.
I can't do it.
You can't stand grinding. You gotta play this. He can't play this. He cannot play this game.
Yeah.
You can't stand it.
14 rounds of our Pro Tour? No way. Oh.
Michael can grind it.
I honestly, kudos to Michael for just being capable. Come on, Blood Dad. Is there any Blood Dad in there?
No.
Oh, man. It's not even exciting. I'll take 6.
It's exciting for me.
Yeah. I'm ready to go get some Starbucks, you know? I need a latte.
Levia really does that to people.
All right. Mine.
All right. Block. I'll keep blocking
Did you
webcam
get
chat strippers and. Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just like, why do these people exist?
My turn?
It's devastating. Yeah.
Tunic. And we're going to trigger start of the show.
Okay, here we go. This is when it gets good, yeah.
Hope so.
You've earned it.
Let's go Oakenold Fused.
You got it.
11 Dominate. If it hits, discard 2 at random.
11 dominate. Under. They don't discard. They go under.
That's right. Same thing.
Come on.
Basically the same thing.
My hat's never going to be on.
Sounds like a personal problem.
11 dominate. That probably doesn't get blocked. I'll take 11. I'm just now on a quest to turn that hat on.
I get it.
Choose 2 to go under. Don't choose the purple card.
I choose 2, and then you choose the order they go under in. I don't see them. 2 cards at random go on bottom in the order of your choice.
Okay.
All right. Has go again.
I'm still here.
Because why not? We like the stock. What's your health total? You less more than me still? Yeah, by a lot.
Not that much.
5.
Yeah.
Ice Hammer for 4 if it hits. Ice Frosty.
Hits Frosty. Block 3, take 1 and a Frost.
We like the stock. This is my gift to you.
Thanks.
End of turn.
All right. Pitch Hammer for 4.
Let's see what we get.
This is a game where I'm not seeing the defense reactions, so that's interesting. I saw a bunch of them up front early last time, and then at the wrong time during the game.
Let's go Crown. Yeah, I had my early turns last time were pretty weird. Like I had like a lot of an element, or I would have the reveal, but nothing to do with it.
Activate that too. Okay.
Which is an interesting position to be in. Okie dokie. Block 3, the other one's covered by Crown.
You got it. Game's just so good, man.
Yeah. Tunic. Let's go Arsenal Pass.
That is a huge relief because I'm on an all red hand.
Boy, let me tell you.
Sometimes it's really okay.
I too had an all red hand.
These guys are redlining. Activate my tunic. Well,
I'm in a precarious spot though, because like, you know, the best deck's Starvo and the second best deck's Prism, and both of those decks drive me crazy.
swing big for 8.
What are you supposed to do with that? Yeah, that's fine. We'll Crown. Draw. Use the 2 floating to staunch. Block 8. Get a size move unless you do something.
You got it. You mean you're quick in there?
Yeah, it's fine.
Freaking Guardian.
Tunic.
Any blue in hand there, that hand is so good.
Yeah.
It's so good, Zach. Red pummel on top of that. Ugh.
Can you imagine?
I was robbed.
I was strictly cheated.
I didn't deserve that, man. I didn't deserve that.
You know what it is though. Ice Hammer for 4 with go again.
Here we go with the Quicken token.
Brent, Zach has a patience problem. Yeah, man, I like to swing. Why am I playing a game about fighting if I'm not going to fight? We didn't come here to shake hands.
So what are you going to do after that? You got 2 cards in hand?
Yeah.
There's no way you're not going to have an arsenal card. So you're going to do nothing. You're just going to arsenal? That's weak. It's a weak turn.
Cousin to mom spaghetti.
Who built this deck? This deck's awful.
I know, man. Imagine winning a tournament with this thing.
Well, I'll block 3 and take a Frosty.
Okay. Arsenal pass.
Told you. I told you, man.
Wait, you predicted that Star of the Show would put a card in Arsenal?
I'm a genius.
I've been trying to tell everyone. This guy? Genius.
I got the old Frosteroo there.
Mm-hmm.
Let's scab up.
You pay 1 for that privilege?
I am now.
And you pay 1 to do to pop your stat or your gambler's gloves?
We're gonna pay 1.
I like that you said, I got a Frosty. And then you're like, oh.
Dude, it's hard to remember. There's a lot going on, you know?
You just let your mouth.
You don't think about scabs having a cost, man. All right, I got a 1, so how bad is that for me?
I do like a full hand.
I mean, all Gambies, I guess.
Give me that sweet double 1.
I guess. I don't know. We're still just playing it out, right? We're still just playing the game.
2 actions from 0 to hero real quick.
Yeah, satisfied. Let's play a blue pack hunt with Intimidate for 4.
1 action floating.
1 floating, that's right. The blues have got to have value. That's the key. They've got to produce value.
We use Tunic to crown. Wah, 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 wah.
Do you see that little preview they posted where it's a Findals, but it's got a ruby in the side there? It's the exact same art, but there's a ruby right there.
Nah.
Uh-huh.
I didn't see the ruby. Hold
Yeah,
on.
there's a red ruby.
Don't mind me. I think it's.
At least when I looked at it, I saw that it was different in that it had a glowing like red thing in there.
We're still waiting to see.
You see that?
No, it's not right there. It's there.
It's the exact same thing? Dude, oh, is it? Yeah, it's the same. See, it does have a ruby in it, though, to be fair.
You weren't wrong, but you weren't right, you know? It's the best of both worlds. All right, come to me for 4, he says.
Yeah.
I'll take 3.
Allowed. I'll watch you do it. Well, Tunic, Pitch Red, Club for 4.
Could have been so much better for you.
Yeah, well, we're playing a card game, aren't we, though? Aren't we? We got to draw the cards, right?
My man.
We don't get to just have everything we want.
Not always. Sure. Walk 2, take 2.
That's the one you... Somehow the 4 club is the one that got
I didn't
you
know
to
what you were
get-
going to do. You know what I mean?
Could have been another Marauder. You know, you never know.
Dude, I'm going to
Could
need
have
you
been
to
something
calm
on Arsenal.
down. All right, Tunic. We're just going Spinal Crush for 9.
Okay. I'll BRB.
Yeah.
Can't roll scabs again, can it?
Oh my goodness. I feel like this deck drives me crazy.
Just a straight up Spinal Crush means no go again. I can't tell you how much I don't care about that.
Well then, here we go.
Oh man, Steven getting greedy again. Oh, this is a stream of greed, Zach.
Greedy Steven.
This is a stream of absolute greed. Why are we doing this to ourselves?
You're playing Brute, man. It is the House of Greed.
Fine. Yes, 9.
You're like a Boo in Genie's lair. Just can't help himself.
You're the greediest of
Arsenal
us, though.
fans.
You're
But
worse than me.
You should play Starvo. You would actually be terrifying to go with this deck.
I can't stand it.
I know, but you would be terrified.
It makes me believe that this is what Azalea should have been, and then I'm like, I don't like anything.
I'm immediately out.
All right, Smash Instinct for 6, yellow. Please give me an Intimidate if you would, sir, and I will use this to activate my tunic.
One.
Yeah.
Okay, coming in for 6.
That's right. It's the kind of there's an excitement to the kind of just the,
Choose crown.
you just kind of look at your cards, you pull things, and, there's this nice, the tactile kind of situation there.
Block 5, 1 for crown.
Now we're coming in with a yellow pummel.
Yeah, take 3.
Take 3 and discard.
Got it.
Did you discard?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Tunic, Arsenal Pass.
See, you have this trope of me being a patient person, but I'm just not. Really. Tunic up. Boy, sometimes you do get those clunkers with those defense reactions, don't you?
And your opponent just doesn't attack.
Well, you're just not playing Starvo like you're supposed to.
It's defensive Starvo.
Yeah, is that what I need to be used to now?
I mean, that's what Hamilton was doing. That's what no one else was. The tournament was doing.
Yeah, so everyone was probably sitting on like 5 defense reactions.
Yeah,
and
like
they're
dummies.
"Ah,
Yeah. And then here's the best. Is a beautiful bamboozle of a tournament. Because the other thing is, like, people like me on this. It's like, don't attack into Starvo because he'll get you with that awakening.
Mm-hmm.
Not even in Michael's deck.
Not even in the deck.
Like, not even in the
Just,
list.
It is quite nice. Okay, how can we make the most of this problem? Well, we could roll those scabbies, man.
It's always the answer, isn't it?
Ooh, we could roll those bones. We could roll them big bones. But if we get a 1...
You lose.
I don't think so.
All right, good time to roll. Oh, man.
Let's roll those bones. How about a 6?
He's rolling hot tonight.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So we do this. And then we do that. That's pretty good, actually. Smash Instinct as the first action. Intimidate, 7 coming at you.
Cards in hand.
2. Surprised about no crown on Intimidate triggers, apparently.
It hasn't ever really. You can do it, but sometimes you want to see what you don't have. Like if I want to block with a certain card and I crown, I put a different card in my hand at random, and I don't know.
Because like you might be left with a card you want to block with, so why bother messing with the variance there, huh?
But I get it. You
It's
can do
interesting.
that.
You can do that, yeah, though. In case you have forgotten, you can do that, in fact.
See if it matters. Block 4.
Oh, it completely matters. Yeah, that's the one thing I did not want. Take 3,
Oh, man.
and then I will be passing.
Oh.
Because I can't swing the club with 2 reds.
Big oof.
You're not supposed to stalagmite that one.
Sometimes you just gotta have that feeling.
That is not what you're supposed to do.
So a turnless tunic. Why don't we go ahead and taste the rainbow?
Winner's Bite. Okay, got it.
Yeah. Then I'll just pay 6. Crippling Crush, 13. Dominate. Go again. If it does 4, you have to discard 2 at random.
Yeah. Is that how the card works?
Yeah.
Can you explain it to me again?
Yeah, so it's coming in for 11, but I trigger my Starvo ability. So it's +2, dominate, and go again. And if the card says Crush, if Crippling Crush does 4 more damage to a hero, they discard 2 random cards.
Wow.
Wowie.
Cool, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have to use a tunic for that 7/3 sword.
So we have to think about this carefully.
Yeah, that's also a good reason not to crown.
This past series of turns has been so bad. If you hadn't stalagmited there, oh my gosh, it's so much better here. I need better cards.
The crown is cold, or the shield is cold and full of fury.
Okay, fine. We're not gonna get to swing, and we're okay with it. Fine. Now, let's just wait a minute. 6. Ugh. Yeah. Ugh. How clunky is this? It's so bad. So we're gonna block with this 3. And then we're gonna pitch for this unmovable for 11.
Take 2.
Take 2.
Card's name?
2.
You know what it is.
Take 4.
Ice Hammer for 4. Get a Frosty. Arsenal pass.
2 red defense reactions cannot block that hammer. Isn't that something?
You'd think it would be very defensive.
I get a Frosty. I'm just gonna pitch to roll scabs to clear that frostbite, and then I'll pass.
Start my turn with Tunic. Start of my turn. Taste the rainbow.
Oh, the pulse.
Yeah.
No.
No, brother. All right. So if I pay 1, what's the worst that can happen?
And I'll take it, of course.
Probably worth it. Yeah. We'll use the crown seeds.
But it won't block any damage if you do it like that.
It's true. I'll tell you what it will do, though.
How about a card that you don't have to use the right way to get value out of it?
You like the style.
That's pretty good.
We're going to play Spinal Crush for 5. Comes in at 11 with Dominate and Go Again. And if it does 4 or more, no Go Again next round.
We can hang with that. 3 and then unmovable. 11.
2 cards in hand?
2. Hold your pulse.
How greedy am I?
Now that's a great question. You're very greedy. I know that. You can't stand it. You can't stand just cranking out the spreadsheet value here. You're going to try to do some from the turnbuckle stuff, and then it's going to be stopped, and then you're going to lose.
I'm going to take a chance.
Okay.
Just for the crowd at home. I'm going to go to end phase.
Wow, really incredible.
I can swing a hammer.
Yeah.
I'm going to heave, pulverize.
What's that about? You get to dominate that at some point?
I get 3 seismic surge tokens. Goes into arsenal face up, so I can't crown. It costs 10, does 14. So I'm banking on the fact that I'll have the resources to play it.
Very reasonable bank. Good bank.
But it can also just get totally stuck right there.
Good bank, yeah. I need my CNCs now. I dropped them, and now I need them back.
Baby, come back.
Baby, come back. Check this cool play out. You ready for a cool play?
Oscar. It's kind of fun to see how close this can be when one hero's ability is crazy and the other is effectively blank.
Here's a brute play I haven't seen ever.
Hey, let's go.
Tunic. Instant. Gain a counter. Blood Rush. Discard Smash Instinct.
All right. Yeah, this is the turn.
Draw 2. It's not. That's not really how those go.
+2 attack. Draw 2.
Oh, we were so close. Oh, it was so close to beautiful, Zach.
Yeah.
Zach.
Were you describing the brute color pie?
Look at how close this is to beautiful. If that's it, now I'm just going to swing the club and arsenal this. But if that's a blue, I roll that scabs, dude, and I go for 2 actions, and I swing 7 clubs, swing 8 Boneyard Marauder here. No way you're playing that Pulverize.
Well, I probably blocked the first one with the shield, but...
True.
I still have to do some fancy stuff, though.
Club for 7.
7?
Yeah.
Club brute, indeed.
But if you don't block this, I assume you have the ability, and then I just lose. Because I don't think you have to honor the pummel.
I'm going to go... Well, you don't have resources for it, right?
You didn't pay for heave, apparently. Paul should be under the deck.
What are you talking about?
Got to pay 3 for heave. Heave 3. Cost you 3.
You have to pay for that?
If you just want to swing hammer instead, I have the option there.
No, I just don't even... I just put it in Arsenal normal.
Okay.
And we forget about it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we're fine.
Yeah, easy.
There's no way you pay for that. That's insanity. How horrible. Okay.
Clearly, top Starvo player in the nation, right?
Right here. You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm getting you some good reps in here. If you win the Pro Tour, it's because of this.
You know what? It all comes back to this stream. Let's use the crown. Let's get that bull out of here.
See you later.
Don't want none of it. Okay. Come in for how many?
7.
-1.
Club 7. Best play in baseball.
Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plus crown.
You got it. That club had some real problems. You can't crown something face up too. That's worth knowing.
Yeah, I
As
knew
it
that.
face down.
That was the risk I was taking because it could get stuck in Arsenal.
Yeah.
But here we are. All right. Let's go. Tune it. Channel like frigid.
That's good.
Arsenal pass.
Ooh, man, look at you go. That's annoying.
Who would have thought we'd be here?
That's so annoying what you just did there.
Yeah, I know. I'm really sorry.
Why do you have all these dumb tools? You're just an annoyance factory.
It's
Dude,
me, Starvo.
If you don't, that channel like frigid, man. If you don't do that, oh my gosh, I could punish that so much. I mean, it's unbelievable.
The timing is just absurd.
It's always at the worst time, right?
Every
Channel
time.
Lake's always bad.
I've never seen a Channel Lake show up at a good time. You know what I mean?
You want a quicken token? Would that be interesting?
Sure.
Okay, so I'm gonna think about. Okay, how many things do I have to do? If I activate scabs, it costs me 1.
Yep.
Correct?
Mm-hmm.
If I play an attack, it costs me 1. If I play an attack, it costs me 1. So let's say we do 2 attacks. And then this. Now,
Oscar said, you said the dreaded, I'm sorry, LOL, Starvo things.
okay, is it worth it? Is it worth it to roll the scabs here? A 1 is bad. Okay, we're aligned on that?
Yeah, I would agree.
But if it's not a 1, what is it? It is...
A 2? A 3?
A 3.
Oh.
Okay, if it's not a 1, it's fine. So it's a 1 in 6 chance. So that's...
That's a 5 in 6 chance.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's how we got to start looking at it.
And then otherwise, you're at 8. You've got 1 block on the table. You've got a crown. You've got a lot of intention. Listen, man. Okay? I'm just going to play it easy. I'm not going to get greedy this time. So if I do this, and I do this, I'm not gonna get greedy. Oh, but I'm so gonna get greedy. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna get so greedy. I'm gonna get greedy. I'm rolling the scabs.
Pay 1. It was nice playing you.
Yeah, it was a good time, wasn't it?
Tunic up.
Mm-hmm.
Start of my turn. We'll taste the rainbow.
You got it. Tasted.
Right.
Another exercise in greed. In the pipe.
Let's Tunic. Crown of Seeds, draw a card. Interesting. Let's pay 3 for Break Ground. Coming in for 7 with Dominate and go again.
Oh, I'm so scared.
You will be.
7 with Dominate and go again. I'll block 3, take 4.
Okay. We'll swing the Ice Hammer for 4 if it hits, get a Frostbite.
2 there.
Okay. End of the round, there's 2 ice cards pitched.
Mm-hmm.
This lake staying frozen.
Lake's still cold. I swear, how many tunics have I missed already? Okay. So yeah, so we're not able to do that anymore. Okay. Play barraging for 1, and then play a Boneyard Marauder for 2. Intimidate 1, and then you've got 6 coming at you. Threatening 10.
So basically block with 2 cards.
Block with 2 cards. This is the conundrum that I want to put Starvo in, is like you've always got to block with 2, so your ability is really hard to trigger. So I can play a longer game so that eventually
Crown.
I can not roll a 1 on scabs. But that early, you just got to choose. I would get less greedy over time with this deck. I think you need to find the outer limits.
How much are you swinging for?
I'm swinging for 6, threatening 10. Yeah, Grant, no, this deck is not going to have Blood Debt. That's the goal. You get Shadow Puppetry, Dread Screamer, Boneyard Marauder like this, and Husk in certain matchups. Oh, really? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6?
Blocking 5 total with a crown.
So take 5?
Yep.
That's not good.
You get a Frosty, technically.
All right, it's gone.
We did it. All right.
Did I miss Tunic again?
No idea. Pulse.
How could I ever play this game well?
Don't rightly know. Swing the hammer for 8. No Frosty.
Well, the thing is, you don't. You just don't.
I had 2 no blocks in hand. I crowned and I got another one. It's like, oh
yes,
God.
That's what I'm talking about, man.
And you intimidated my other block card.
That's what I'm talking about. Is that a Frosty swingy? It's not, is it?
Just 8.
Ooh, okay. Okay, it's an exercise in not getting greedy, dude. It's an exercise in not getting greedy. I'm supposed to be learning something here.
So good. I'm gonna Arsenal pass after you figure out how to block that.
Yeah. I can get 1 card out of hand. 8, 5. That's a 2-card block. I'm not getting greedy now. I refuse. So I'm gonna block.
Come for 8.
I'm gonna block 9.
You got it.
Tunic up. I'm gonna pitch, swing big for 8.
Block 8.
You do it. You get a quicken.
Great. Swing Ice Hammer for 4 with an ice.
Icy.
How's it go again?
Yeah, it does.
Nailed it.
Uh-huh. Well, let's... Yeah. Sure. Good question, Steven. Uh-huh. So we go here. Yes. So these things must happen. Let's see, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm not lower yet. So, okay, let's do it like this. 4.
You got it. I'm not lower yet.
I'm gonna regret that, and I'm gonna get to find out why. Blue convulsions. 1 floating. Hit a 6, please.
I'll do my best.
Don't choose the purple card.
Fair.
You can shuffle them, and then you can
I'm just not going to choose the purple
choose
card.
the top.
I'll give you 1.
You get 1 free. Here you go. That's a, do what you want with that. You just like pick the purple one.
1,
Miss.
2,
Hit. It's got dominate. +1.
3. Would have been so good.
Tunic. Swing big for 9 dominate.
It's fun. Let's see. Let's pay 1 for crown.
And I think I probably should pack hunt over swing big. I get 2 extra damage, but I get a chance to intimidate a defense reaction out of your hand. So, but a D reaction out of hand here doesn't.
Block 3.
All right, we did it.
Die.
So it's got legs, man.
2-0.
I'm just saying it's got an. It's not perfect. It needs some things, but you know it. I just don't think it's so solved, man.
The game?
Yeah.
So
I just don't.
I think it's not.
You can do weird stuff. I mean,
I don't think that's wrong. I just think that the problem is the goalpost that's formed by Starvo Prism Runeblade means that your deck has to go either slow down Runeblade and not just lose to Starvo and also have answers to Prism.
yeah.
That's a tough triangle.
This does it though. We figured it out. You race Runeblade with Dread Screamer,
sure.
Shadow Puppetry, Scabs.
We'll put that to the test.
You beat Starvo, obviously, because this is going to happen every time, and then you beat Prism because you have a bunch of 6s, and you got Scabs, and you got. I mean, you got the tools.
I'm not saying that Brute's wrong. You have a good match into Prism. I think Brute generally can figure that out.
Should heaven forbid we can't.
And then I do think the shadow side, the D-reacts in general, and then the just the ability for what you're doing, intimidating and stuff is kind of fun. The big question mark for me is Runeblade.
Yeah.
Like,
well, let's have a race next time then.
That's the next test.
Let's check it out.
And of course, I'm like 3 out of 10 on the Bravo scale.
I know. Yeah. I know. We're not, but this isn't tweaked yet either, so it's not Michael level.
That's right.
So nothing's Michael level today.
Well, next week I'll throw Runeblade at you and we'll see how it goes.
Yeah,
and you
maybe.
can tweak in the meantime. You tweak both this and Dory.
Yeah.
I think next week we can probably get some reps in with both, which is going to be cool to see.
Let's get some horsey reps. Thanks for watching, everybody. We're actually in a rush now because we got to record a podcast in about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
With, who are we doing it with?
Lucas
Litzinger from Netrunner
and
fame.
Destiny fame.
We've got a big series that's going to drop here pretty soon. We've been interviewing a bunch of designers. We've got a bunch of podcasts in the can. We're going to be talking about game mechanics. We're going to be talking to Lucas about recursion, if that gives you an idea of what the series is about. Let's see. What do you need to know? What do you need to know from us?
First, the subscriptions are open. We're going to be interviewing James on the podcast soon. That'll be fun.
That's right. We took a bunch of questions from our Discord. If you still have those, send them over.
I do think there'll be some big shakeups coming. He called it Fab 2.0 is how they see post Everfest. So stay tuned for that. And then, hop on the subscription if you want to guarantee you have a spot on that. Who knows what's going to get announced, but I think it's going to be pretty exciting.
You really should. I think you really should. I'm just a casual observer, but like
No,
I think
no bias.
I think a $0 subscription that you can get in right now that guarantees you first edition product and an exclusive promo is probably worth doing right now. You can always jump out of it whenever you want. I just think it's worth doing.
Accurate.
All right, take care, everybody. Cheers.